Hey, welcome Sagittarius to the channel. It's Robin here with AriesFireTarot. How's it going, guys? And welcome to your January 2020 StarGuide reading. So this reading, I have channeled your guides to come in and help interpret the cards to see what sort of energy is available to you guys to sort of get your way through any sort of a sticky situation. So I hope you enjoy the read and I hope it resonates, but keep in mind, guys, it's a general read. So and for those of you who are new to my channel, if you're really interested in having access to lots of really intentional reads that will help you on your path, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, guys, because I am here to help you. So anyway, recap: StarGuide reading, Starman tarot card deck, and I'm just going to shuffle a couple more times. I'm really just focusing on the cards here so we can get your collective energy flowing into the deck and get the best advice possible from this reading for you. So the first card we're going to look at is going to reflect your present situation, and this card stayed out, so let me just keep that one. I don't see it yet, so let me put the deck down. Wow, this is a great card, you guys. So we've got the Starman card. So Starman card it's the equivalent of the Magician. So it's like 2020 is going to be, you know, your magic door. Everything is going to start happening for you in 2020. If you guys haven't seen, I did these readings a little while ago. It was called The Key, and it's like how to unlock yourself. And I'm really seeing that some of you could benefit from watching that reading for your sign. It'll just be in the folder for you under my channel. But anyway, Starman is the conduit between heaven and earth, and he's the manifester, and he makes everything happen for himself, and coming into an awareness that, you know, you can co-create along with the universe and bring your wildest dreams to fruition. And this is where you're starting, you know, and this is a beautiful place to start with in January 2020, because it's just sort of the harbinger of the year ahead. So great card to start off with, but let's have a look if there's any conflict for you, Sag, with the next card. So we have the King of Cups. And I just don't see how this is a conflict at all. You know, I'm not getting any negative vibe from this card. It's just this recognition that you're able to walk through everything. Like, this is not your typical King of Cups. This King of Cups, he's walking through a junkyard, and I feel for many of you is sort of representing like a jagged sort of history for you, and walking out of a wreckage. You know, some of you could consider the path that you walked a bit of a wreckage, but and that could be the conflict right there, is thinking of your life as being disastrous, you know, and instead of looking at it as a blessing, which can be a really difficult twist to acknowledge, you know, because there's just things in your life that you'll never understand why they happened or why you should be grateful for them. But the King of Cups understands that he wouldn't be where he is right now at the top of the heap, wearing the crown, sitting on the throne, if it wasn't for every single step that he's taken along his journey. And even though he's dressed like what is he wearing right now, you know, and walking through a scrapyard, he's still got that swag. So you got to have that Sag swag, right? And just keep on rocking it out, and understand that even though you don't understand everything that the universe has thrown at you, it happened for a reason. So the next card I'm going to pull is going to help you sort of face that challenge. There's going to be a change that can happen that can help you recognize, really interesting, that everything is a blessing. Every single thing has been a blessing. Even though it might not feel like it. And we've got the Four of Swords here, and I think this is just such an appropriate card, is to maybe meditate on things and become more as one, and grow peaceful with things that have happened in your past, even though, you know, and I know people have devastating stories. Like, many of you have emailed me on my Gmail account and told me some things that have happened in your past, and I understand that there's very tragic details in people's lives, and I'm by no means making light of anything that any of you could have walked through on your journey. But the thing is to make peace with it so that you can continue on your journey, you know, regardless of the wreckage here. So the change that you can make for yourself is to just accept the past, even if it really wrung you out, you know, so you can continue on and not be a shadow of yourself, like just to be your magical self. And there's completely different aspects to living as downtrodden or living as a blessed person. So maybe just trying to look at how you can achieve that, and meditation could be a big part of that. Connecting with your spirituality could really help with that, guys. The next card is going to focus on your strengths. So I pulled the Three of Pentacles here, and the Three of Pentacles is all about creation. It's the alchemy card. So recognizing that you are able to pick yourself up and build yourself up again, and you don't have to stay where you were. You don't have to stay in the junkyard. You know, you can turn that junkyard into a palace if you want to. You just have to decide that you want to. So recognizing that everything is in your own hands, your own decision making, that's going to be a very core strength and value to you. And it could come as a result of finding peace with all the incidents that happen throughout your journey, guys. So any other challenges with the fifth card? So we have the Prince of Wands. So the Prince of Wands, he's sort of telling a story that he could be feeling a little bit agitated and has this sort of like, bring it on, you know. I'm getting kind of a Vikings vibe from him, and while it could be really hot and sexy, you know, it doesn't really serve you to have the armor. You know, there's certain people that you have to put the Kevlar on and like be able to deflect people, but as a rule, you know, like the softer you are, the more abundance that you'll draw in. So you don't really need to protect yourself by and large, like especially from your loved ones, your friends and family. Like sometimes you need to cloak yourself when you go out in public or whatever, especially if you're an empath. But for the most part, you can drop your guards, you know, and just sort of go with the flow. So that could be a bit of a challenge for you because you know, you can feel your shoulders going up in certain situations, and sometimes people say a word and it triggers you and you're like all of a sudden on the defensive. So really watch that demeanor, you guys, and if it's there just as a reaction, like a learned reaction, do your best to dissolve it right away. And that could be through these practices of you know, meditation, relaxation, breathing, or whatever, because you don't always have to be on guard, because that's very hard on your body and your mind. So learn how to drop that a little bit. And let's see what your final outcome is, you guys. So I pulled the Moon card. So you guys could really be coming into a new period of understanding yourself and trusting your intuition, and not everything's going to be a disaster here. You don't have to buckle up or buckle down for every single thing. And it's really interesting that you start with the Starman card and you finish with the Moon card, because everything truly is in the heavens for you. You know, you just have to trust in the universe, like really start focusing on the universe and its gifts to you and following your intuition here. And, you know, everything is in the palm of your hands. You just have to come to a certain understanding. And things take different shapes and forms sometimes, you guys. And if you're having those panicked 3 a.m. thoughts, or you're waking up and you're feeling uneasy, put those to the side, or maybe make a note and look at it again in the morning when you're calmer, right? But definitely you're going to be able to tap into a higher level of intuition, and it's going to guide you down a different path. And you guys are more than ready for it, because you've walked a hard enough path as it is, and it's time to reverse that and say goodbye, but keep up with the swag, Sag, you know, because you can just rock on with your bad self and have the best year of your lives. Guys, take care. Bye.